Hiya Dreamers, and welcome to today's episode of Primed and Clueless. Before we get started, I'd just like to acknowledge the original custodians of the land, and the sovereignty was never ceded, always was, and always will be Aboriginal land. It is important to state this as we gather here to share and tell stories.
Hi!
We're back for episode 7.
Yeah!
It's crazy.
It's big crazy. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. It's me, Clueless. This is Primed.
I also just noticed that you don't have like matching earrings. They're just like...
No, I got a sword and a fucking pentacle.
Nice.
Ask about me.
It's really giving Davy Jones.
Yo, yeah. That was the inspo.
Yeah.
You can leave the ship. The very next time we make... Cooked him on that. We're gonna be painting today, if you didn't fucking gather.
Jesus, you're a bit aggressive to our viewers today.
Yeah.
Hey, a bit pent up.
Chat says you're looking cunty, Kael.
Thanks. You too are a cunt. We're gonna be painting. I'm gonna be painting this here. This little squingo. Can you still say that?
Squingo.
Whoa, dude.
I say squingo with a
Hard squing.
hard squing.
Fictional slurs aside, we're gonna be painting some more on this here painting show. If you have a miniature to paint or any other like hobby, any hands-on activity within reason you wanna do alongside us, pull up a chair and
What is war effects?
that's Hayden's hand-on activity. Oh,
I'm no ordinary girl.
wait, Hayden, don't touch the mug of water. You're gonna change. Gonna give away our secret, Cleo. But we're also going to be talking about a handful of topics. Going to be talking about...
The hard-hitting topic. So if you're easily offended by the discussion of nerdy stuff.
I was gonna say tread fucking lightly, dude.
Whoa!
Yeah, we're going to be talking about nerdy shit. Going to be talking about some tabletop horror stories, because who doesn't love that shit?
Who doesn't love it?
We lived it, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
We are basically the nostalgia critic.
And I'm finishing off this guy today.
Whoa.
Not Kael, the little archer that I started last time. I'm very excited.
Wee.
He just needs a few finishing touches here and there, so he should be sorted shortly. And then I'll be starting my next character that I have no idea. I got given and told, yeah, paint this guy. So
I got someone who's topless. I got boobs. I'm painting boobs next.
you got paint boobs?
I'm
I
painting
realised
boobs.
I printed off a picture for the boobs.
You got a picture of the boobs?
Oh!
What? You got a reference photo of titties?
Yes! It's for the art.
What kind of fucking favoritism is this?
I need to know if I'm gonna do black areola or a tasteful like dark brown.
Is it actually? Give me that. They just.
Oh, you're gonna say there's no nipples molded, so I shouldn't paint nipples? Huh?
No, the characters just got their boobies
Did
out.
Leonardo da fucking Caprio look at a blank canvas and not see the Mona Lisa?
No, I was just surprised because this character has their full-on boobies out.
Yes!
Boobies.
Tits out!
For the boys.
For the boys,
And for the girls. And for the days.
And for this. Tits out for everyone.
Tits out for you.
Tits out for you, the viewer.
On the toilet. I see you.
We couldn't...
Put that away.
Put your cock away, Walter. But yeah, very excited because this unshirted
Remix.
person has the same wings as this fucking demon guy that I'm painting, so I get to do some like synergy with that. That's kind of cool. Don't know what their deal is. Don't know their lore.
Don't know what their demon deal is. I'll workshop it.
Yeah, do you want to fucking cool it on that?
Yeah.
I'm the funny one. You're the dreamy one. We've talked about this.
Sometimes.
I'm the jokester. You're the bad boy.
Yeah, I'm such a bad boy.
You're the heartthrob of D&D life.
Yeah. I be dropping farts and breaking hearts.
I thought you were gonna say I'd be throbbing.
Yeah, you're Batman and I'm throbbing. Anyway, so
Hi.
found some absolutely incredible, not horror stories, but some lovely things on r/D&D.
That's random.
under table disputes.
Under table disputes?
Under table disputes.
God damn.
Sounds incredible. So I am painting. It's currently drying. What'd you do?
No, it's under table dispute.
Okay. So I want to start when the producer gets back in because I don't know where she's gone.
No, teacher's gone.
She's gone. We're free reign. So
I'm gonna eat my lunch.
first of all, before we get into these, I don't condone any of these actions. These are all kind of shitty. They're not horrible. Like there's no. I've kept away from the trigger warning ones because there are, especially when you're in a vulnerable state in which playing a tabletop game is.
Yeah.
I've kept them lighthearted just to laugh at these people and be like, you are crazy. So
There's a bulge in the curtain.
as a bit of an icebreaker,
Hello.
The princess broke.
The princess broke?
Yeah.
as a bit of an icebreaker, I would like to play a guessing game with both of you.
Oh, this ought to be fucking good, yeah.
With me?
Yeah.
Should I turn my mic on?
Do you have any of
You have a
that?
mic now?
I've had a mic this whole time, I've just never turned it on.
Wow.
So it's not a huge guessing game. It's just a little bit of a fun one. This is on a thread called r/ and then it's the name of this business. Okay.
Hello, this is the
You good?
this is the producer mic.
It's not, this is... I'm here.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah.
So this is on r/ and then the name of the business.
Uh-huh.
The person who posted this has since been deleted. The person who
they-
Person is
yeah, the person who deleted.
Bite and blast.
The headline. The headline.
Bite and blast.
If there's any employees in here, how did y'all get the job? The text.
Uh-huh.
I've been applying at any and every insert business name here near me every year for almost 14 years now, and I've never once gotten an interview. Is it all word of mouth? Like seriously, how do I get a job there? Pouring with tears crying emoji. What business do you think this person has applied for every year for 14 years?
Costco.
No.
Armpit sniffer.
No. An actual business.
Actual armpit sniffing is a fucking legitimate profession.
Do you get
alright?
paid for it, Kael, or you just do it for fun?
I do it for fun a little bit, but then it's not fun when I get home, you know, because like then it's work. I was gonna say like a critical role.
No, it's Australian.
Oh.
Oh.
An actual business.
Oh.
Bunnings.
No.
Fat cat.
No.
Gilbert's Fresh Food.
No.
Woolies.
No. You once you get it, you're like, that makes so much sense.
It's been deleted since.
The person, their account has been deleted. So their account name is deleted.
Uh-huh.
Actor at Warner Brothers Movie World.
No.
Ugh.
You guys give up?
What other shit is in Australia?
r/EB Games.
Oh. Yeah, how the fuck do you get employed at EB Games? Everyone I've like known who's like applied, except for like one person. Boots? Yeah.
Can you see that?
Oh,
Can you see that?
yeah, thanks. No, I have to just look at.
Are those
movies.
both for this character, or is that?
That's
I
yours
have
for that
one
character.
version.
Right,
And
right.
yours for the other character.
Damn. Do I have to paint the piercings too?
I don't think there's piercings on the model.
On the nipple? No,
No.
there's not.
They're just color references.
Okay. Do you want to send me a photo of that in case your laptop dies?
I'll see. Yeah.
It's
do you
on
wanna-
full.
Do you want to send?
Oh, well, there you go.
Unlike someone's laptop.
Do you want to
one
send?
time.
Do you want to send me a photo, just like
No.
to have?
No. Show
Anyway,
the people at home.
No.
I
can't
don't
show
think
them
we
that.
can.
huh?
Can?
It's on Pinterest.
Put the link in the chat.
It's on.
We'll have
that's
to-
worse, I think.
We'll have to draw the character in a hot tub first. and
Giving
we'll
it
be
to them
able
forever is worse.
Okay, so that was on r/EB Games.
What is marriage if not?
So now we're going to get into some of the D&D horror stories. Well,
Oh, Bridget got it right in chat.
Oh, go Bridget.
Go Bridge.
Proud of you, Susie Q. Yeah.
That's not a name, and you know it.
It's kind of interesting that someone applied for EB Games every year for 14 years before, like, taking to Reddit to go, how the fuck do I get in there?
No, that makes sense. That fucking tracks. Because like, how do you get in?
But also, 14 years.
Yeah.
Applying every year.
Chat says that apparently one time you applied for EV games. Is that true, Hayden?
Yeah, I did. I got to the final stages of interviews.
Okay.
And then what happened?
I didn't get it because the person that was supposed to be interviewing me locked themselves out of their house and was on the phone with me while I was at the front of EV Games doing an on-the-phone call interview while they were locked outside the front of their house.
Christ.
Anyways,
So I didn't even get that far.
r/D&D table disputes. I would like for you to weigh in on this, Kael. Our campaign started with level 3 characters 20 sessions ago. Since then, our characters have never leveled up. But why, you might ask? That's because our DM doesn't want to follow the regular level progression from the manual. Let me explain. He sometimes sends us a document with all relevant events our party has participated in. For example, talking to Mindflayer, fighting the witch, or studying the gnome's grimoire.
Gwynwall.
Participating in these events grants us 4 options from which we can choose, such as gain +1 proficiency in attack rolls or learn a new spell, etc. Keep in mind that everyone more or less gets the same options, so the concept of class is completely abandoned. A warrior might learn sorcery, and a wizard might learn martial arts. Also, for my wizard PC, it is extremely complicated to learn the spells I want because I don't get to choose them when I level up, and they are incredibly rare to find. When we use progression in this way, for example, my wizard could get sorcery points or maybe the ability of a monster. The DM decides what we get as a consequence of our in-game experiences. I don't know what to say. The Dungeon Master is a friend, and he's one of the most creative people I've ever met. He has created many wonderful new races, and I really like the setting and the plot for the campaign. But this progression system, I really dislike it.
Oh no.
I think it removes all agency a player should have, so I'm considering abandoning the campaign. If you have any questions, I'll answer. I can even provide some detailed examples of how this progression works. What are y'all's thought on that one?
I feel like it's an interesting way to tackle a D&D campaign if your players sign up for that.
Yes.
If not, that's fucking frustrating, dog. Like, if I want to be Dave the fighter, I don't want to accidentally end up learning Wish, you know?
It just seems so like... Imagine getting sent a list of everything you've done to warrant a level up, and then going, because you did all of these things, these are what are available to you. It's like, so you decided the plot hooks, you decide what we get from these plot hooks. It seems so like the DM would rather control what you can and can't achieve in the world.
Exactly, like the DM would rather play like a Telltale game rather than D&D.
Yeah, it seems very much like, you know, like someone who's taken the Dungeon Master's Guide, seen all the items and gone, we're not playing with any of these, I'm going to homebrew every single item and cater it to you, what I think you will like, which can be good. Keep in mind, it can be really good if you work with the players to decide what items they would like to achieve. But it seems very, I don't know how you can break the already existing items, so I'm going to be the one to give you said items.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. It does remove a lot of agency. Again, it would be cool. It would be a cool little twist of a way to run things.
And I really like the idea of, if you fight a monster, you can learn from said monster and learn some of its abilities.
Yeah, and that's really fucking cool. But the players have to sign up for that. You can't just like be like, oh yeah, we're playing D&D, and then these guys be like, oh yeah, sure.
Imagine being 8 sessions in and being like, oh, so when do we level up? You sent us that little like document where we got to pick a little minor upgrade. But when do we get to level up? And he's like, you don't. And then he goes back to looking down at his desk about like to carry on with the conversation about like the NPC, and you're like, well, no. What? Like that's, yeah. What do you think, producer princess?
I've turned on my mic to contribute for a moment.
Yeah.
Hey.
I saw a thing a while ago that was like, you should never do, not never, but like, A general idea of progression in D&D is to play an amount of sessions equal to your level before you then level up.
Yeah.
So if you're at level 3, do 3 sessions and then you get to level 4. Do 4 sessions and then you get to level 5. Because that, like, it helps pace out the progression. It helps makes those jumps make more sense.
It also, when you get to like levels 5 and 6,
3 is insane.
when you get to level 5 or 6, you have spent five sessions being able to understand what your 5th level character can do. Then you spend 6 sessions learning what your 6th level character can do. So it means that you're constantly like keeping up with the learning curve of all your abilities. 20 sessions at level 3 is insane.
It gives the vibes of someone who doesn't know that there are other TTRPGs than D&D.
True.
It does.
Or that their players only wanted to play D&D and that they weren't open to other TTRPGs, and then he was like, well, then I'll just slowly turn it into something else.
Play Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
You get one little bonus when you level up, and you get to pick that bonus. You don't have to make and manipulate the list. It's there.
And if the story's really sick and the world's really sick, but you're not enjoying the level progression or the character building and stuff, then yeah, don't play D&D, because the world and the story have nothing to do with the system you're playing.
Yeah.
That's all from me.
That's all from you.
Nice.
That's all she wrote.
That is all she wrote. With her voice and her opinion.
Yeah. It was just one of those ones that I was like, no, like, I understand a DM going, I have this really cool idea and I want to implement it. Talk to your players. Ask them if they want to do it. If they don't want to do it, take that on the chin.
You know, yeah, there is so much with DMing in general about like so much. There's a preconceived need for secrecy, for surprise, and like there is definitely a space for that. But ultimately, you're right. Talk to your players in like all things. You have to gauge what your players want, because like they are the people who will be playing the game that you're setting out for them. You need to make a world that like fits with their characters and like story beats that will be satisfying for them, and like stuff that they like, stuff that they don't like. You know, it can't all just be you. And it seems like this is a lot of just the DM.
Do a session 0.
Shoepass64 in chat just said that so many TTRPG horror stories can be fixed with communication or playing something that's not D&D. And Zach Spack said, and also getting different friends.
Yeah.
Honestly, going through, also, I see you, Zach. Going through table disputes,
Hi, Zach.
all of them, like all the comments on them are just find a new group or talk to your DM/players. Because, oh my god, there are some that are in the table disputes that I genuinely had to not bring to this table because they are like either horrific or they're just so like, say to the DM you didn't like that.
Oh! We just had channel point redeem for hydrate, which means you must have a drink.
Oh no!
No!
But the channel points been redeemed.
No. I will say, it's a really cheap channel point redeem. So, if you tell chat that you'll drink paint water every time they do it,
Did you just fucking do it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I've got to get in on this. It's non-toxic, right? Is that lead?
How many sessions in before we drank the paint? 7?
you drank paint last week,
Nah, I dipped my brush in it.
and then you drank it.
Yeah, it was Coke though, it's not water.
I think all the years of licking my brush have...
I can see why Ferris drinks the water now.
Ferris drinks the water?
I like look over and he's like,
How is your cat not on the fucking x-axis?
and I go, and he's like, me.
Alright, as an actual hydrate redeem, do you guys want Pepsi Max?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
please.
yes, please.
I'll look at.
Not sponsored. They sponsor, like, race car driving.
Oh, there's a Curse of Strahd one here, but I'll wait till you get back for that one, Jules.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway, so do you want to tell your horror story of DMing?
Oh,
Oh no, of like tabletop shenanigans?
fuck and piss and shit. So my first ever
Can we just get an echo of that statement, please?
fucking piss and shit.
No. The first
Yeah.
ever.
I've been playing D&D and other tabletop games for years at this point.
We played together.
We did, yeah. And my first experience, the experience that almost made me never play it again, mind you.
The aftertaste on paint water is not good.
When someone asks what my first D&D experience was, I default, I lie to them. Jesus H. Bless
I really
you.
liked it last time.
Chat likes the drive.
The temptation to wheel your arm right now is so high.
There's only one cold Pepsi Max, so you have to share. So the other one's
I'm
cold.
gonna bird it into your mouth.
Okay. Can I water it down with the paint water?
The people love to see it.
I did say that the reason we were late is because you guys wouldn't stop making out.
Yeah. We just kept smacking lips.
Sorry. I have passion. What can I say?
A passion for passion.
I'm into fashion. Men are my passion. Anyway, so your first
My
tabletop gaming experience.
First tabletop gaming experience was being run. It was like I wanted to get into D&D. Didn't know anyone who played the game. It was me and my partner at the time. I took it upon myself. I was like, I'll find a group, sure. And then a friend.
What could go wrong?
A friend of a friend mentioned that their friend played D&D. This is like 3 friends removed.
That's how you are 3 friends removed. Yeah.
We were not in safe zone anymore.
You've gone off reserve.
It was an online call that the D&D session was taking place on. So it was me, my partner at the time. We've been together for like a few years at this point. And 3 other players and a DM. I think it was 2 other players and a DM. DM was cool. Wrote like an
Was cool asterisk? Is that what you're saying here?
yeah, like just wasn't bad. And the whole setup was we weren't told what the fucking concept for the campaign was going to be. So that's a red flag.
Communication.
I made a character who was well suited to like archery and forest and like natural exploration. It was a gladiator campaign.
Nice, first of all, nice.
I played a rogue. There was no stuff.
Oh, the rogue in the sandpit, I have heard
Yeah,
this.
because what happened was I played a rogue. I was trying to get any sort of sneak at all. Motherfucker was not giving it to me. I was like, what are the shadows like? Are there any pillars? Is the wall smooth? Like, what's going on? And it's like, no, apparently it's 12 a.m. at all times and there are no shadows at all.
It's
And we were all dressed
that's
in like
the wrong mug.
we were all dressed in burlap sacks, which that's interesting. And I was like, okay, well the burlap sack is like beige, like the color of the sand. Can I take my fucking sack off? Me.
New
No.
bottom search.
Yeah. Can I take my sack off, lay it over top of me, and blend in with the sand that way? Motherfucker still wasn't giving it to me. Like at that point, make a guy roll for it and make the thing really high at least, you know?
Yeah.
So that was one thing. Personally slighted by that, but it gets horrific when we factor in my partner's character and this other player who was playing a paladin. So after our first successful bout in the Colosseum, our first session, we were hailed as heroes. The paladin, we were given like a chance to go out on the town to like explore the town. We weren't allowed to leave the town, otherwise like our fucking bomb collars would go off or some shit. We had to return to the Colosseum, but we could go to the town as champions to like spend downtime or whatever. And the paladin's like, can I go to a brothel? And the DM was like, yeah, sure, buddy. Wouldn't let me stealth. Wouldn't let me stealth, but the second this man wants to wet his whistle, green light. Are you fucking kidding me?
You're not allowed to get a D6 of damage, but this man can lay pipe.
Exactly. That's not all. That's not fucking all. The DM and the paladin thought it would be really funny. Would be super funny. Would be epic. If the paladin went to a brothel and like got an STI. Whoa.
Comedy writers,
Yeah.
take note.
Because all brothels and sex work is inherently filthy. Oh my And not only that, Hayden, stay with me now.
I'm with
Bear in mind, it was AIDS. Oh, what a funny fucking thing to give someone. Oh, that is comedy 101. Give a character AIDS, dog. No one ever died of that shit. No one was ever fucking selectively soft genocided over AIDS, dude. And it gets worse. What were you saying, Hayden?
How does it get worse, Kael?
It gets worse. This guy, this paladin, this player with the DM on his fucking shoulder.
AIDS McGee.
AIDS McGee over here. Okay, that was kind of fun. Proceeds to fuck his way through the entire town. Canonically, this DM, we're flashback for effect. This DM was like, so I like to paint a world. I like to make stories. And I record all of these sessions and I listen back to them and I write them down because I'm also like writing a novel to coincide with these sessions because I'm really about making a world and making a story. It's not only in this fantasy novel. One of the main characters has AIDS. Picked up AIDS from a brothel.
Picked it up.
In your fantasy.
Picked it up like it was a 3-night rental from a Video Easy.
Exactly. Now, in the canon of your world, sir, one of the pivotal characters in your world, sir, is now fucking his way through the entire town. The entire town now, stay with me now, has AIDS. Because it was so funny the first time when we gave the paladin AIDS. So wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if we gave everyone AIDS? Everyone has AIDS. And it gets worse.
Oh God. Can I just say
Yes.
one thing? If the point of like the gladiator ring was to have the highest kill count, I think the paladin's gonna win.
No. All your competitors die of horrific disease?
Is that their big
No.
brain play? They're
was-
like, what if I
guarantee. I respect the assumption that there was something cognizant going on at all in this. But no. This was a borderline Saints Row 3 player who was given a version of Skyrim where you could fuck and get AIDS. But it gets worse.
stay with them now?
Stay with me now. Paladin returns. We all return to our quarters in the Colosseum, champions of this bloody arena, where all of the audience now has AIDS.
God.
H, and I can't stress this enough, IV, the one non-male character in our party, my partner's character, played by my partner of years, goes up to her and jokingly they joke about him giving her the AIDS. That was odd. That was an odd choice.
Strange comedy.
And then he's like, "Oh no, let me ask your boyfriend. Hey, can I give your girlfriend AIDS?" That was the question. And you know what I say? Hayden, I feel like your answer would be different. I say no. My partner of years at this point goes, "Aw. What the fuck do you mean, aw?" I'm sorry that in this grand mythical calculus, I didn't let you get fantasy AIDS. Needless to say, we did not play another session after that.
So yeah, session 1 was huge for that campaign.
Yeah. So Hayden, how did your character get rid of the fantasy AIDS?
You/Dredgen Yeet said, I'm not not weighing in on that.
You're weighing
I think we can all kind of like go across the table.
I've been holding on to that
We
shit.
can transcend through screen and distance and all just unanimously go, that's fucked.
Also, my partner didn't mean anything by that. I was yucking it up for the yucks.
Yeah, a little bit of spice to it. A little bit of spice to the story.
But Captain AIDS and the DM, they are the villains in that story. What the fuck do you mean? Dial in, chat. Have you ever gotten? Have you had a similar experience, chat?
I'll weigh in on a quick story. Oh no, you know what? No, I just despise giving that story airtime.
Oh, yeah.
I just hate it. I hate it. Spoilers in this campaign or this story for Curse of Strahd. I'm participating in a Curse of Strahd campaign hosted in real life, and something unusual happened.
Like LARPing?
I guess so. Someone gets bitten every now and again.
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be a fun campaign. Not to get bitten. I don't have a bit kink. Do I? I don't think so.
A bit kink?
A bit of this, bit of that.
You do have a bit kink. The amount of fucking jokes you tell.
Brah. I am hoping I can describe my experience and you guys can tell me if the campaign is supposed to run this way or if the DM is doing their own thing. I specifically got this one because our lovely producer Princess has had a little bit, maybe a smidge of experience running Curse of Strahd.
50 sessions.
Yeah, so
you're still
you've read the book.
Right?
You would say you've read the book.
A few times. We played the whole campaign.
Yeah, I would say maybe you've skimmed it.
Yeah.
Minimum, you've skimmed it.
You're like a little familiar with it. I guess.
You've seen the cover. Yeah. Read the blurb, potentially?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
For context,
Vampires.
Jules is Strahd. It's supposed to run. I'm coming to Reddit, so I don't spoil the campaign, but my post might include some spoilers. We, 4 level 7 characters, get into a small town, maybe just a bunch of wagons and tents, and immediately hear about a missing child, Arabella. Everyone in the party agrees that a missing child takes priority over our current mission, and we decide to help. That's when the DM mentioned that there's an elf, maybe a drow, waiting for us in the town who might not be there when we get back from the missing child thing.
I'll say for the record, there is a missing child called Arabella in
Yes.
Curse of Strahd. My players didn't do anything about it because
They were like, fuck that missing
they
kid.
never went there. They never went to the Vistani camp where she's like missing from. I think it's
In 50 sessions, they didn't explore the whole map.
No, it's huge.
That's crazy.
They didn't go to like 2 places.
Is it a
Out of the,
tiefling? Is it a tiefling child?
I can't remember because
Because Baldur's Gate 3 has a tiefling Arabella. Is that just like the child name?
It's a very child.
it's like
Tell it to Arctic Monkeys.
I will double check what her plot is.
What follows after is a slow creep to railroading us to do what the elf wants.
Great.
First, we agree to talk to the guy so he knows to stay around until the child is found. Then it turns out he has a whole group ready to go to get some amber doored temple. And they're on their way out there now. The DM has the elf kinda just assume we're there to go with them. So we don't really get a choice and we head out with them. We get to the temple and find it empty except for a statue with magical darkness around its head. The second we step into the door, a 5th level fireball from the statue decimates us all and we scatter. Is this a normal thing in Curse of Strahd?
That sounds like Tomb of Annihilation.
They're in the temple.
Yeah. I cast fog on the statue, but it does nothing. It turns out that there's a jackal-headed monster inside the statue that can see through it. Someone else dispels the magical darkness, and I vortex warp the son of a gun out.
Whoa.
Okay, for the people at home, I googled Arabella to clarify her story. She is a Vistani 7-year-old girl who has been kidnapped by a guy named Bluto Kragorov, who intends to sacrifice her to the sea in return for good fishing luck.
Sick.
So a huge plot point in the Curse of Strahd campaign.
No, not at all. I think that's why we didn't do it.
But also, like, if a players get to a town and you're like, I really want them to take this one plot hook, you just dangle a missing kid or like a person that's abusing animals, and 9 times out of 10 people will be like, that's fucked, we're gonna do that, and then that can lead to other shit.
Yeah, because you know what would have been funny? If the town caught wind of the dude's motivation, they just teach him fishing secrets.
There's like, dude, you're putting nothing on the hook.
You're telling me child kidnapping came before trying bait and lure?
Child kidnapping and then sacrificing.
And sacrificing. Not even, yeah.
The gods
Mate.
gobble up my sacrifice. They said, thank you for the sacrifice.
Continue about McGee.
We all wail on him for a turn, doing tons of damage, and he casts Finger of Death, Lightning Bolt, and then teleports out.
In the same turn?
Further steps into the temple reveal flame skulls hiding behind arrow slits. 6 of them. Each one proceeds to fireball us on their turn, completely annihilating any hope we had left, and we run for it. The jackal-headed monster is waiting outside, flying. It permanently kills 2 out of the party as we run away. The DM kinda shrugs and says the encounter was ahead of our level, and he was surprised we lasted as long as we did.
It is. Amber Temple's designed for level 9, level 10 players.
So why on earth would somebody go, you need to do this?
Have we got Curse of Strahd players in chat right now? Have we got one of my Curse of Strahd players in chat?
Because if it was optional and the party like chose to
If the
go
DM
there,
said, no, this guy's saying we're going to go there, like if he's got a group, right? If there's a group of people that are going, we're going to go to this Amber Temple and we're going to come back tomorrow, and one comes back and says, do not go there, it's fucked.
yeah,
The players are going to go,
like it stirs.
it's a bit rough.
Yeah, it stirs curiosity.
If you say like the Amber Temple is going to be attacked by these people who are equal to you in sort of a venturing look, but there's more of them, and they get decimated, you can kind of put into your players' heads that it's fucked. Because Curse of Strahd, it is made to be it's an open world, but
It's a lie. It's an open world, but it's a lie.
it's a you can go here, but if you go here at level 8, it's meant to be that you're there at level 10.
Yeah.
Like, it's Curse of Strahd is really cool because it has the fog kind of thing where you can, as a DM, go, don't go that way. No.
It's just so easy. Because what we did with my players, with the Amber Temple, is that was the last thing that they did. Like, they put it off to the very last second. Because I established in session 2 that it was hell on earth. Like, that it was a place where nobody went to, because nobody ever does. It's not a place that anybody just, like, walks into. Nobody's ever returned from it. And that there's another place called Arjunvistol, where there's all these undead guys. Their whole job is to just guard the mountains and stop people from going in there because it is so deadly. So why do you let a party of level 7s in there? Because all those encounters are, like...
Encourage them.
Railroad them.
All those
Yeah.
encounters, like, are things that do happen. It's a fucked place to be. Like, my players nearly died in the Amber Temple, and they were level... They were, like, level 13. That's because I ran Curse of Strahd to level 14.
Damn.
Can you pass me your Wraith Bone, please?
What?
Nope.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a very common thing in Curse of Strahd that people are like... They don't...
Because sometimes when the DM's like, oh, it's really tough, you're like... It's just the NPC saying like, oh, no one can do this, and really the DM's like hyping you up. Or it's like you look your players in the eye and go, no, it's fucked.
Yeah. Why would you introduce the missing child plot point?
And then go, no, we're going to yoink you this way though.
Because you know what you are supposed to be doing between like level 5 and 7?
Jordan.
Like, that's the area of the map you're supposed to occupy for levels 5 and 7. Like, you're supposed to be going through like Valaki, going to the Vistani camp, doing this shit with Arabelle.
Great Black? bleached skull.
No, that's fine.
Skeleton bone?
No, that's fine.
Zombie flesh.
No.
Wraith bone.
Yeah.
My wraith
Oh!
bone.
Yeah.
Alright, don't steal it again.
I don't have
Peyton
that.
stole this 3 weeks ago and then brought it back today.
I should
Ready?
buy...
Yeah. I'm a good catch.
I should buy Wraith Bone, because I've been using the Army Painter white, and it's so claggy.
No, this is like... Is this white or is this like bone?
Calcium.
It's like as white can be without it getting.
What bone?
Well, it's like it's got a little bit of like a bony hue to it. I'll show you what it looks like.
Newsflash, buddy. Yeah, that's pretty white.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. Oh no, I could. Give it.
I love
Give
Mr.
it.
Brightside by the Killers.
Yeah, this is white.
Avocado's too spicy.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
That's a sword.
It's quite white.
Oh yeah, by the way, this guy's done. I
Oh.
finished this demon.
Hold him up.
He's a little bit wet, so I'm gonna give him some time to
Hold them up.
He's wet!
He's wet.
hold him up. But yeah, he's done. He's a demon boy. Pardon me. Do y'all see? Do y'all see the demon boy?
So yeah, Curse of Strahd. Crazy.
Now it's boob time.
Boob o'clock.
Breast
Quickly
o'clock.
show them your reference. I'll allow it.
Sure.
If it's okay for Pinterest, it's okay for here. Well, okay.
I'm a method actor. I've got crazy good fucking boobs for this many. Where do I start?
Now I've locked in. I can't talk about.
Oh no! Here, while you're painting, I'll do.
No, no, that's not the point of the
You know what
bit.
our segment should actually be?
What?
Because I should read them to you while you
No.
paint.
No.
Then you respond to them so you can still paint.
No, you're ruining it.
You're ruining it. You're not ruining it. I appreciate your company.
I do too. Thank you, producer princess.
Thank you. Do you have cornrows? I should have braided.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, good heavens.
Nearly dropped old mate in the wraith bone. That would have been good.
Oh.
They call him wraith bone Tony because his top half is just wraith boned.
Kael, I can tell you a secret that'll help you with painting the mini, but the audience can't know. 1 second, audience.
What?
Hi.
Crazy you had to say that. You couldn't wait. You had to say that right then.
That was like 8 slurs. Ones that I haven't heard since like
Before times.
history class.
Which ones, Kael?
Oh, you know. But your lip quivered as though you were gonna mouth one to me. That was wild.
So our last session began with a battle against a single medium-sized creature. Our party at the time consists of 5 players, a monk and a rogue, mostly not important to this event, 2 paladins and a single sorcerer. The paladins, myself and a friend, move into flanking position for easy advantage against the single target. We start laying into the little squirrel, as do the monk and the rogue. When it gets to the sorcerer's turn, who rolled last, she does a little machine gun of basic firebolts. On subsequent rounds, we do the same thing, but she gets increasingly mad. She can't use her AoE spells against him because we're surrounding the target to flank it. This progresses by the end to her literally flipping a coin to see whether she'll continue using firebolts and the few other single target spells she has to damage it, or cast a full-fledged firestorm on the target and everyone in the vicinity, which would have been everyone but her and the rogue, with the DM, who's her fiancé, acting like the devil on her shoulder because it would be funny. I pointed out that it was unrealistic to be expected for her to use fireballs and firestorm on a single target in a party of almost entirely melee fighters. After the battle, She warned us all to stay on one side of the thing so she can aim her more massive spells on the other side, rather specifically saying it was a warning and not a request. As if she's just going to launch fire on all of us next time without regard for our presence. That stops us from being able to flank, which against a single target is the best way we could move to maximize the melee capabilities of the majority of the party. With that lengthy background out of the way, I want to get some opinions of the people on this. Who do y'all think is to blame in this matter? The paladin positioning in their own best interest in a single target battle, or the sorcerer whose strongest spells are all too large for the battle at hand? Is spellcasters being mad about that they can't use AoE spells in a tight environment a common phenomenon? And do you think it's justified to request a thing like that, which would stop the rest of the melee fighters from doing their best?
I spaced out. Can you do that again?
Do you actually?
You know,
How do you not have any single target spells? Like leveled single target spells as a sorcerer?
What level's Firestorm? 5? Surely.
I don't know.
I think it's
Well,
4.
Firebolt is a cantrip, and if that's what they're casting,
No, they wanted to cast
they want to
Firestorm,
cast Firestorm.
which is that's the paint mug. That is,
7th level.
if you at 7th level have only AoE spells, look at yourself. Because that is crazy. Also, that's how D&D goes.
Ice Knife is right.
That also the splash damage.
Yeah, but I love Ice
It's
Knife.
really easy as redeemed hydrate.
I just drank.
Well, apparently there was a birthday. Oh no. There was a birthday in China.
Yeah, Zach's birthday.
Happy Zach Day.
Happy 40th, Zach.
I'm going to read you the description. I'm going to turn my mic on. I'm going to read the description of the spell.
Oh, it's not like a fireball.
This is what she wants to cast, and she says she can't cast because people are near the guy. A storm made up of sheets of roaring flame appear in a location you choose within range. The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish.
Arrange as you wish.
Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 7d10 fire damage on a failed save or half on a successful one. Why are you using a 7th level spell to do 7d10 of damage on a singular target?
Or you could just upcast.
It's just not good to do. It's just not. Like, just don't.
Like you're prolonging the battle. It's not going to do much to the guy. Your melee fighters are no longer doing damage, so your action economy is shot.
The only time I would ever do an AoE spell on a single target is in Baldur's Gate, and if I can see their HP is like 7.
Yeah.
If I'm like, I don't want to roll to hit this because I might miss, I just need guaranteed damage.
Because the only person you'd be like affecting is you.
Oh, no, I play with 3 other people.
That's true. But one of them's your sister.
And I've been
blowing up your sister in a video game is fucking true.
I've been known to drop a... Huh?
How do you not have chromatic orb?
No, but if they've got 7 HP and they're about to kill an ally and I need to kill them...
Yeah.
No, I mean in this situation.
Yeah, how do you not?
How do you not have chromatic orb? It's 3d8 at level 1. You can cast that at 7th level if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's, yeah, like there's so many single target, like as a sorcerer, you don't have a big selection of spells. You know what you do have a large selection of though? Sorcery points.
Yeah, what is careful spell?
Careful spell.
Yeah. Hang
One
on.
that makes it so you don't hit your allies with an AoE spell.
I think your DM fiance
Needs to tell you, hey, pick the right shit when you're building your character if you're gonna have a huge whinge and threaten other players for them making their own decisions.
I hope y'all never get married. I hope you stay perpetual fiancés.
But also,
beige house.
3 out of the 5 people are exclusively melee and you're picking exclusively AoE spells. What do you expect?
Like, you'd have to try to build your character to make this problem. You know?
Yeah.
You'd have to be like, you'd have to consciously be like, oh, one of these sessions, I'm gonna blow everyone up.
My biggest gripe is the threatened part. Like, it wasn't a request, it was a warning. Like, if y'all don't stop playing your characters to the best so I can do what I want to do, I'm gonna hit you with a firestorm.
My character, Azriel
Shadowwind.
Bella Latrix is gonna. Shadowwind is pretty good.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
She's so tough and edgy and cool. And she looks over her shoulder and she's like, if you don't get out of the way, I can't promise you won't get hurt by my firestorm. Ugh. And then.
Also, like, if you're gonna do that shit, get one that doesn't need to be like for example, Shatter. You can cast that above the enemy's head and maybe hit him and an ally. Maybe one. You know, you pick your least favorite, or you pick the one with the best con save that's gonna survive. Just like, how about we don't threaten our teammates because it's a team game.
Dear Maria, count me out.
I thought, just a quick one. What are the thoughts in chat?
Chat says that Fireball would have been a more appropriate spell.
And that's like the meme. That's like the spell you use if you wanna fucking damage your guys. This is bullshit. I want to find the people responsible for this.
Zaxpack says
Who?
that perhaps
Zaxpack.
the sorcerer may have been neglected in encounter makeup, like if they never got a chance to use AoE spells, so I've had enough.
Yeah, but like that fiance DM is definitely feeding that sorcerer all of the interesting backstory shit, and
T is praying that this isn't a targeted attack.
It's not. It's not. It's not. And it's got nothing to do with T. The reason I picked the story is because of
T.
no, the threatening part and like the warning to be like, if you don't like do as I say, essentially, I can't guarantee that you're not gonna take damage from a spell that I cast on purpose.
Do something that is gonna deal more damage to your friends than it will the person you're trying to kill.
It's one person.
Yeah.
Mathematically, it makes no
If
sense.
you've got 3 people and then an ally, sure, cast Fireball.
The only way mathematically it would make sense is if you cast it and it hit the bad guy and the rogue. Because for them to be, what, 7th level?
Well, it's a 7th level spell.
Yeah, so they would have to be 14th level. The rogue has evasion. If they succeed, they take no damage. So that's when you do that.
Everyone at this table needs to be shot in the thigh.
At this table?
Not at that table.
I mean, shit, I don't have anything on after this.
It just,
Okay, let's do it.
it baffles me. Like, imagine sitting at a table where you sit across from somebody who's like, yeah, if you don't get out of the way, I'm actually going to drop a fireball on you.
If you don't get out of the way, I can't promise that my cool epic character will damage you with my sick attack. Suck a knife.
Suck a knife.
I feel like if you are dating the player and you know that their only good high level spells are AoE spells, why did you design a combat encounter around a singular target when you have so many melee based characters?
Oh, because you know that.
Also,
all you do is render them useless.
Also, like, yeah, that's it. It's on the encounter building. And like 14th level minimum. Why are you fighting one thing?
Oh, because that's definitely the DM's like, this boss, this guy who's got like 8 pages of lore.
But it's a medium-sized character.
Yeah.
I don't imagine.
It's definitely like a cool elf
think-
with like white skin and like black tattoos, and he's got like slick back hair.
How can you justify like an entire party of minimum 14th level characters laying into a character
Yeah.
that doesn't get eviscerated by two 14th level paladins?
Because it's Zeldriath, my
there's
cool
nothing-
OC.
There's nothing you can do with an AoE spell that is going to be better than 2 paladins flanking a target with all their smites.
2 paladins and a rogue.
Yeah.
Just absolutely.
Also, what absolute nincompoop puts... Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, I got a bit flustered. I'm going to take...
With a hard P?
What absolute buffoon puts one enemy up against a monk?
True.
They're gonna get stunned.
They're gonna get stunned.
And then you just don't. Then you just go. Yeah, you kill him because the monk has what 4 attacks a turn. 2 basic attacks with a flurry of blows.
This is when like you get up and start pacing and smacking the wall.
But like, why would you do that? Because you're asking for your player to stun the bad guy, and then you're just like, yeah, his legendary actions. Yeah, you've burned through all of his legendary resistances. He's got no legendary actions left. Yeah, at the top of the order again, because he doesn't have a turn, because he's stunned, and then it's the monk's turn. The monk stuns him again.
Yeah. Terrible encounter building, but also like you shouldn't respond to terrible encounter building by being like, I'm gonna fucking kill your character by dropping fire on you. Like, no.
Because that still won't do anything. If Zeldriath the Punished isn't getting stun locked, if he's immune to the monk's stun, if he catches the monk's fist and is like, haha, predictable. Then
I really want to run a campaign of just like play every person at the table pretends they're like an anime fanatic.
Yeah.
So everyone's character is like, ha! But wait, I'm gonna draw my sword of Gusgashnir, and it's gonna draw blood on this day.
My Murasama blade will be the end of your evil.
And the villain across the room goes, ha 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 ha! You thought.
Kyoto Shiteru. Ugh. And then he like throws a big fireball.
Okay. I think we're onto something.
We're either cooking or burning. I
I
can't
think
tell.
that would be the funniest one shot.
Bunch of white motherfuckers make anime
Just
noises
like,
at each other.
Just what I thought you would do.
And every time you get knocked down to 0 HP, like instant,
The music kicks
your,
up.
your anime OP starts playing. And you're like, no, not in front of my friends.
With the powers of friendship, we can't fail.
Damn it, not like this. And then you like get why is my anime voice just Shadow the Hedgehog?
I kind of like this. It was so funny.
Watch this space. What like? Yeah, and every villain you like deal the final move to them, and they're like, "What? This is impossible!"
And then they just stumble backwards and they go, "No!"
Yeah.
I think we're onto it.
I think everyone would get very tired.
Like everyone, no one's sitting at the table because they're all like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and then like
The arcane caster would go hard, just like.
chromatic orb, knife style, thunder wave,
Could you imagine?
bite and blast.
Could you imagine? Like, I've never wanted to be excluded from a room, but could you imagine not being in this room and hearing the noise coming out of it?
Imagine the smell. Though.
You've really got to get into character.
No showering.
So let us know in the chat if you would like us to run an anime style.
Hold person is the jar.
We'll explain it to you when you're older. We're going to go on break because it's past break time and Kael's pissed. We'll be back soon. Get yourself something to drink, get yourself something to eat, and yeah, we'll be back soon.
What do you say?
Pissed already.
We miss you already. We're back.
A dinosaur story.
What?
Have you seen that?
No, but I want to show you something,
How's the
Kael.
voice actor for like?
My goodness.
What the fuck? What is that?
I just want to show you something.
I heard a cat meow and then a man grunt. What the fuck were you watching in there?
It was 2 different videos because I swiped through them.
Sure. You deleted the virus, huh?
I deleted the virus!
Fuck you. What? What's going on? What are you sure?
Describe to the viewers.
So I'm like financially stable at the moment. I've just been shown something that's gonna fix that. I haven't even been playing Fortnite.
It's Cowboy Bebop and Fortnite.
Cowboy Beppo. And they covered Faye Valentine up a little bit, which is great. I love when they do that. My favorite, like unironically favorite thing that Fortnite has been doing is taking like really shitty misogynistic Guna designs and patching them up to like look like actual clothes. Brilliant. And they're doing that to Faye Valentine. Brilliant as well. That was the one good thing.
If you know what Kael's talking about, put it in chat.
That's such a good way of being like, I don't fucking care about what's
No, I just don't know. I can't be there for you in this way.
A little birdie told me that there were inspirations from Cowboy Bebop in Sundered Hearts.
There were?
Yeah.
By little birdie, do you mean like one of the characters that was actually the bird told you?
Kael, when you came round for the production meeting for Sundered Hearts, what did you say to me that you needed from me?
To watch Cowboy Bebop?
No.
The music?
Oh, yeah. The score for Cowboy Bebop is fucking phenomenal. It's a band that I think only like came together to make that OST and then fucking dispersed. But they made Silk. It was so good.
Would you
nice.
ask who would be the person to blame for letting them cook? Who let them cook?
What do you mean? What are you
Would
talking
you-
about?
Would you say, for example, who let them cook? Would you say that? Would you say that about them? Would you say that?
No.
You wouldn't.
I don't care who let them cook. I'm eating well.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm not asking what fucking brand of stovetop they're using, my guy. I don't care if it's Marantz. Is that an instrument band?
What I mean?
You're
Never
the
heard of them.
you're the instrumentalist out of
Marantz?
Marantz. Audio
Jungle?
Audio Jungle. Producer Princess, every 5 seconds, can you say Audio Jungle?
Audio Jungle.
So that people know that this is the free version.
Marantz. Quality receivers, amplifiers, and backplate components.
I'm a quality receiver.
Yeah.
Hey,
High-end
yo!
products.
Huh?
Like that high-end products.
Nice.
That's like you, Kael.
My high end is a quality receiver.
Hey, yo! Bum sex.
So yeah, Fortnite. Cowboy Bebop in Fortnite. Epic. Cool.
Yeah, Kael definitely doesn't want to know the exact date and time that drops in the item shop at all. I said that to Jules today and I was like, do we tell Kael on stream?
Spike looks kind of shit.
Well, I don't think those are the final designs. Those are not very Fortnite-y designs. I think those are just like the announcement, the rumors, like...
No, they're
That's,
official.
yeah.
They're coming
Spike,
out between the 28th of Feb and the 1st of March.
as long as they give Spike his like trench coat, that'd be cool. Or his like, edit styles, the trench coat and the like T-shade glasses that he uses in Jupiter Jazz. That'd be really cool. If they're giving John Wick fucking 80 different styles, and John Wick
Yeah,
is just Spike, but
John Wick has like 4 different styles. Hair disarrayed. Hair disarrayed with bullet holes. Hair disarrayed with bullet holes, also limping when running.
also white or black dress shirt.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
shame.
I'm painting this mini. I've just dry brushed them
Wow.
just to get the features to pop, so I know what I'm working with. You know?
Do you have any more D&D horror stories?
Boy, howdy, I got a few. off the top of my head, there was one time where I was in a campaign, and it was like the first session. Stop smacking shit together. I was in the first session in the campaign, and like the DM just, I don't know. I've never really been railroaded, but like, we'll just call this campaign 100 Sarts for now.
Hey, wait. Hang on a minute.
This seems familiar.
They're stealing my campaign title.
No, I do have a few horror stories, but it's all to do with the fact of like, just not every single encounter of the day needs to be one last person standing. Like, I've been in a campaign where I named my character Drax the Sixth because that was the sixth character in the campaign. Yeah. Icewind Dale. Don't play it. It's not fun. My first role as a character was a death save in that campaign.
Yeah, that's fucking rough. That shouldn't be happening at all. That's not what I would have did.
I mean, my 100 Sarts campaign.
No. Instead, I spent the first session having a thinly veiled mental breakdown.
Mentally B, if you will.
Yeah.
That's gonna explode.
It is.
What are you doing?
For the views.
No, because you're all over the table. What do you need? Do you need primer?
No.
What is that? Is that grey? Do you need grey?
I need grey.
Kael,
I got grey.
have some grey.
I'm
I literally pulled this grey out of my butthole for you. Have some grey. Don't explode that. We don't own it. Give me the grey back.
Fuck. I got the grey out diplomatically.
Yeah. D&D is a very, very much a collaborative storytelling experience.
Yeah.
Like most TTRPGs are. And if you find yourself having arguments over whether or not your spell can be 5 feet exactly where you want to drop it, because the DM says you wouldn't have the ability to pick exactly where to put it, then maybe don't play that campaign. Yeah. I also played a campaign where the rule was if you stood up, you took an opportunity attack.
What the fuck? Like from the table?
No. Sit down!
You can't fucking
Have you
leave.
not seen the D&D horror story where they had bathroom tokens?
I'm fucking
I'm sorry? So,
Hold my beer.
Players should be allowed to piss.
hot take? Are you about to read from something, or are you about to just ad-lib this because this is your
No,
experience?
I read this. There was somebody who was so sick of their players going up and like going to the bathroom mid-combat or mid-session. So they gave them bathroom tokens, and there were tokens that would go on the middle of the table, and there would be one for each player.
But if you needed to go more than once, you took from somebody
you
else.
Took from someone else, yeah. And so everybody collectively could only go to the bathroom like 5 times during the session, and then
If
if you're
two
out
people
of
go at
bathroom
once.
tokens, they got to take it in turns.
No, but if 2 people go at once, can they use 1 token? Or
No,
is
because you have to take a token to leave the table.
If one player holds it for another player.
If you reload your homie,
But yeah, if you run out of tokens, then you can't. You
is
just
that
gotta hold
encouraging people to piss in a cup at the table? Is that what this is?
it. I don't know. But yeah.
I understand, like, hey,
that
when we're at the
whole
table, lock in. But also,
Also, if you need a piss, dog, like,
go piss.
go piss, girl.
If you look your friend or whoever is the DM in the eye and say, it's here or the toilet, and by here I mean your side of the DM screen.
I'm gonna arc that shit from here.
I have the facilities. Can I use the facilities?
Yeah. I mean, Was this session run by like fucking Jeffrey Bezos? Like what's going on there? Chat. Do we have any D&D horrors from the chat or any questions from the Discord?
No, because people would be like,
Well, my cousin runs a D&D campaign, and he thought it was a good idea to play this game when we play the villain is the Ashen Orcs.
that's my campaign. That's the one that I run.
Oh.
And they could be like, oh, it's so funny. Oh. It's not, I cry. Before I start painting this miniature, Jules,
Anyone want to admit?
are these pants?
Yeah.
Cool.
She wearing pants in the restaurant photo, wasn't me?
Didn't make sure. You never know these days.
You do know. I knew.
Piece Kael's light, it just slowly slid all the way across the table. The whole time.
The duct tape that's been holding it together has
It's not
given up.
old. Yeah. That's why.
Sorry,
they
the
weren't
masking
making out.
tape.
Well, you win some, you fucking
Don't others. Do
yeah.
Alright.
you have any Discord questions? Or any
Well-
questions in the chat?
Any Chris Ross questions?
What do you agree to ask?
If you were turned into a Pokemon mystery dungeon style, which Pokemon would you become?
Blastoise.
Not what your favorite is, but which
Blastoise.
Pokemon fits your personality the most?
Oh.
Slowpoke.
Oh.
What about you, Cal?
Abra.
Abracadabra.
If you could transform into a weapon, Soul Eater style, which weapon would you transform into?
What's a soul eater?
Yo. That fucking sent me back.
A flail. I'd love to be swung around. What?
No, Hayden. Whoa, what's up?
Sorry, just one of the questions in chat.
What was it?
What was it? We'll go back to the Soul Eater thing later.
What about do you think font flipping? Well, chat keeps moving.
I'm sorry?
People are too excited. What about do you think front flipping into a boat? What kind of check is that?
Front flipping into a boat? Okay. Let me paint a picture.
And then rephrase it as what kind of check is front flipping into a boat from water?
Let me ask.
From water?
From water?
Yes. I would like to ask you both. I would say both of you have had some DM experience.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably DM'd a few sessions here and there, Jules.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one or two. You've read the player's hand. Maybe you skimmed it. Maybe you played Dungeon Master's Guide. You've seen the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah.
Kael, you know of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Her?
Yeah. If during combat, if a player who is a rogue
Boo.
were to be submerged in water, completely underwater,
Good.
reach up out of the water onto a dinghy, what check would you ask for this rogue to do to pull themselves out of the water using the boat
Strength.
to get into the boat? No, don't say anything. Jules, would you say it's athletics?
And not acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
How deep is the water?
You're in the ocean.
Okay.
I will say, the player character does have a swim speed.
Oh. I'd allow it with athletics because they've got a swim speed. In the same way that fish can jump out of water and that's not a
Would you say
strength-based
it's
thing.
athletics or acrobatics?
I'd give it a choice. If they didn't have a swim speed, I would absolutely. It's strength based. It's athletics, but I'd allow acrobatics because they have a swim speed.
Okay.
I'm sensing that's not the answer you wanted.
No.
Fish jump out of water all the
Are you
time.
the rogue in question?
Some fish are genetically designed to jump out of water.
Are we getting into fish eugenics?
A sea
Oh,
elf,
chat says vindication.
a sea elf
So.
Yeah.
does not have the facilities to launch themselves out of water.
But here's my thing: is that like most D&D characters don't have a swim speed. They're as good at swimming as we are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a swim speed, you swim the same way as like most swimming mammals, in the same way that like dolphins and whales can all jump out of water because they can gain that momentum. You would need to do a run up.
So you would say
If you expended movement,
if this person were to only use their movement and be allowed to do this athletics check as part of the movement, keep in mind the DC wasn't high. If the DM asked you for an athletics check, would you hold this grudge for maybe 2 years?
if I had a swim speed, maybe.
Your Honor, my client's been very.
If I didn't have a
clear.
swim speed, then I'd have no justification to.
I'll take that on board. At my table, it was athletics, and I have no regrets by asking for an athletics check.
Yeah, that was what was going through my head immediately. Was like, it's athletics.
Because you're still,
Like, of
because
course,
you're
if
fighting.
you, I will say, it may be an issue between communication. Because if you said to me, "I want to pull myself up onto the boat,"
Yeah.
then that would be athletics. If you said, "I want to use my movement to swim backwards, do a run up underwater, and shoot myself out of the floor to get onto the boat," then it would be athletics.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, sorry. Then it would be acrobatics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like you using the momentum rather than like pulling yourself against the weight of like water.
Yeah.
Because pulling yourself out of water when you're not level with the water is difficult because you've got to get a grasp on it and pull like that.
Clip that.
Why?
Get a grasp on it and pull like that. Are you kidding me?
That's all I'm saying. I don't regret asking for an athletics check in that moment. I've regretted things in my life. That athletics check was not one of them.
Damn. Grudge for 2 years.
Yeah, it still gets brought up.
Crazy. Shoot the player.
Alternatively, considering it's a dinghy and not like a boat, it could just be like difficult terrain. Like the movement from going from the water onto the boat would be difficult terrain and not require a check. Because
Keep in mind-
requiring a check instills the fact that like there is the possibility you can fail and consistently fail. And it's whether or not you want that to be a thing. How tumultuous is the water? Because I think if you put me in the water next to a dinghy, I could pull myself onto the dinghy in like a turn of combat.
I would capsize the dinghy.
That would be like
But
a lot
would
of
you-
movement, but I could do it.
Could you do it in 6 seconds and then also get up and stab somebody?
Well, I'm not a superhero.
No, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. For me, I said to this person, "You can do it with athletics. The DC isn't high, but you can do it with athletics, and still have your turn if you beat like a 10."
I think if I'm talking to Bridget here, because Bridget asked the question. Bridget, if for some reason you ever wind up in this situation and there's a specific stat that you want to roll for that has not been provided to you by your DM, the best way to go about that is to explain why you would think, or like the way in which you are approaching this situation that would imply that it would be acrobatics instead of athletics. Like a dolphin. If you're like, nah, I'm gonna swim around and jump out of the water like a dolphin, then perhaps you could persuade for acrobatics. But hypothetical situation.
Completely hypothetical.
No, Hayden would turn into a flail and I would be his like wielder. That's the Soul Eater question. That's how it would work.
I'd just like curl up into a ball and you just.
Yeah. No, you appear naked in the like gleam of the weapon if we're following Soul Eater rules. That's how it works, yeah. And in there's like a couch and shit.
I'm like lying across. Like if you put the hilt of it horizontal, I'm like lying across it.
Put the hilt of it. Yeah.
No, I'm at the bottom like this, and it's like coming out of my stomach.
There was another question in chat that said, if one character rolls a nat 1, should they roll to see if they hit an ally instead?
Depends on the setup. I think brutal consequences for nat ones.
So, I would like to again paint a picture for you.
No. Let's do it. Just the broad. Let's do the broad. Just
The
that
broad?
question. Just that question.
Let's take that question out of context that it should be in.
That's the. Oh, you're completely gone from camera. Kael's gone.
Out of context,
Sit down.
I would always say no.
Mm-hmm.
Out of context, I would always say no.
Yeah, because
I would like to defend myself because I'm being slandered in the chat without the context, because people are asking questions without any of the context.
No, it's just you're not being slandered unless you admit to having done it.
It was recent. It was Sunday.
You should
Oh,
sue the
shit.
definition.
All right, give the situation. We should just turn this into DMs review other DMs decisions.
So,
This is BuzzFeed.
a player is lying on the floor. There is 3 people around a window. They are 20 feet from the window. They have already failed a perception check to see the villain outside the window. They then get on one knee to shoot through the window, now being able to perceive this person. They shoot and get a nat 1. I then say, with disadvantage, can you roll that attack again? They then get an 18 and a 16. It then hits one of the players and bounces off.
But they could see the. They could see the person, or they were just blindly shooting.
They could see the person, they had dark vision, they could see the person now that they stood on one knee and shot through the window.
So
from
they-
20 feet away from the window.
They made the effort to be able to see the character that they were within range of shooting, and then had line of sight with.
Mhm.
And their allies were like next to that character, near that character.
So they were 20 feet away from the window. The players were all gathered around this window.
Okay, in that situation,
Keep in mind the attack did no damage. Keep that in mind. The attack hit someone's armor and bounced off.
I think most of the time in Dungeons and Dragons, when one of my players tries to do a ranged attack when within the line of sight, like direct line of the thing that they want to hit is an allied character, because obviously like you can't like bend it like Beckham, curve an arrow through the air.
Good movie.
No,
A good movie. Or like specifically like crossbows and guns. You can't, but yeah. I'd be like, yeah, sure, you can roll your attack, but like know that there is a chance that you accidentally hit them.
We weren't in
That is a
initiative,
risk.
and a player stood in the window, threw an axe, and then once the other person started shooting with the crossbow, then they declared that they ducked from the window. So there was a lot going on.
What was the thought process behind rolling again?
To see if it would... So you've missed that person, to see if the gods of the dice thought that they should hit somebody else. For a moment of, oh, I've just shot something, ultimately failed with a crossbow that I'm proficient with simple but not martial.
And was the attack to hit the AC of one of the players? Like, was the roll, the disadvantage roll to hit the AC of one of the players?
Yeah.
And did you have a set decision of which player it was going to hit beforehand, or did you leave that up to the dice?
Well, it was the person that actually stood up in front of the window and knelt down in front of the window.
Okay.
Keep in mind, the shot did no damage. It literally means nothing.
Yeah, I think...
You wanna weigh in, Kael?
I think you can just describe a... I think you can just describe a miss. By being like... Oh, you roll a natural one, it dinks off of the armor of like another player, and we move on. I think... making the roll again to then have no repercussions creates a lull and a target. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'll describe my players here, other players all the time, but that's because like they'll be like, oh, you rolled in that one and you like bumped into the guy next to you or something. But like there's no consequences from that. It's just a descriptor, not a yeah. But yeah, nat ones should never ever hurt people unless that's been established beforehand as like a set thing. Because the idea that once you get better and better as a fighter, you make more attacks, which ups your statistics of rolling a nat one, meaning that you're chopping off your own limbs all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been in a situation where, like, someone big has grappled someone smaller than them, and like the establishment is like, you have advantage on this attack, but if you roll 2 nat ones, you hit your friend instead of this small thing. And I'm like, if you get 2 nat ones, that's the gods going, you don't get to hit this thing, and you've accidentally nicked. Like, obviously, you're not going to put your whole heart and soul into it, but it might hit.
Yeah.
Once again, talk to your players. That's all I have to say.
That's what you have to say?
Communicate with your players.
If you have any more DM questions, let us know. But we'll go through some more Discord stuff. Did you say what if you could transform into a weapon?
Yeah, I was a flail.
Flail? Kael, you were a...
I would wield the flail.
Oh.
That's the Soul Leader's rules.
Okay. Which D&D monster would produce the best milk?
What's the next question, Jules?
Me.
You?
Okay. I think Minotaur milk. That would be the impulse, right? Minotaur or like a cow centaur, but no. I think something about the arcane taint.
Arcane taint.
I think Minotaur milk would taste sour as all hell. I think it'd be really bad. It's like in there for a while.
What are those celestial snake dragon things called?
Don't you have one? Well, you fucking hell. Didn't you have one in the campaign we played?
Naga?
No, they're like... I can't remember. But yeah,
Cool,
so the
those.
celestial dragons
Snake
and
milk?
stuff. Yeah. What's the worst superpower that you would want to have? Like shooting purely aesthetic sparkles out of your hands or being able to predict how much pollen is in the area. I'd love to be able to predict how much pollen is in the area.
Predict or no? Because being able to predict, anyone can predict. Anyone can predict.
Slight chance that there's like 83% pollen, but who fucking knows?
I feel like knowing is different
Useless superpowers.
to being able to
Or
read
like
your own
worst
mind.
superpower that you could have.
Super speed for you, but it still takes you the same amount of time to get there.
Yeah.
So in your head, it took 2 seconds to get there.
So all you do is just pause time.
In your own head. So you can run across the room, but for everyone else, you just ran normally. But for you, you got there really quickly.
Being able to, like, telekinesis, but it only works on asbestos. Because, like, you'll never be able to fucking use it.
Because if you move asbestos,
Yeah.
that's when it gets, like, asbestos is fine until it gets, like...
Like, if you're somewhere old enough to have asbestos, then you can use it. And if you use it, you're fucking touching asbestos. I said, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Nice.
I was waiting for the follow through, but you simply did not.
Favorite album of all time? And why?
See, I'm not a huge album listener.
Ugh. I don't know why I looked.
I like the So Fresh hits of 2012. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a few albums that are important to me, but I don't know which one's my favorite of all time. I think
What?
It's pretty basic, but I
What
think-
now?
Someone in chat said that their worst superpower that they would want to have is being able to sense when someone is about to poop themselves, and then someone else in chat said, "What the actual fuck?"
Oh.
Because you'd just be like in public going, somebody get this man to a bathroom. Somebody clear the way. This man's about to poop.
It's like Final Destination, but you're seeing visions of your friends shitting themselves.
Imagine that. You have the vision of, there's that person in, I think it's the Wolverine movie, that knows when they're going to die, but you know when they're going to go to the toilet next.
Yeah.
And you just look at somebody and then you get a vision of them just like standing there and you're like, oh, they're currently pissing themselves.
You have like a Shinigami Eye-esque timer above everyone's head, and it's just the next time they're going to poop. Are they naked? It's a lot of skin.
I don't know. It's just nice.
Ah. That is nice. Mine doesn't have a shirt.
Yours is naked. You're very much projecting there, Kael.
Subscriber.
Breasts.
Drunken Monkey just subscribed.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Drunken Monkey.
6 months.
Yay. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
That's pretty epic, Gromit. Boy, howdy, have I got some damn stories with that person.
I think New Abnormal is just really good. I think it's just like the best album ever. It's like
That Imagine Dragons album with the one that's called like I'm on Top of the World, and it's pretty good.
or the Submarine Alex Turner solo soundtrack. That's like that's probably the most important album to me ever.
Alright, rapid fire questions
Oh, fuck.
from COO Izzy.
Whoa.
You've got to respond immediately.
Shit.
Kael, you go first, Hayden, you go second. If you were a flavour, what flavour would you be?
Crunchy.
What?
This is rapid fire.
Yeah, rapid fire them.
No, you're supposed to respond to
Oh, I thought you were going to ask all of them. Sorry.
No.
Smooth.
If you could have a liquid coming out of each of your fingers, what 5 liquids would you choose?
Tomato sauce, Hennessy. Hennessy and tomato sauce. Coke Zero, Pepsi Max for you freaks.
Pepsi Max, water, cold, with creaming soda. Not with creaming soda, fucking hell. Cold, creaming soda, cola beer. The mudslide cruises.
Oh!
Because imagine someone's like, oh, I'm really, like, I want to, like, do you want to get drunk? And you're just like, yeah, there you go,
Of
buddy.
course that one's the fucking pinky.
Yeah, there you go, mate. And then just go,
Just 30 mils of it. Yeah, it's like congealed because it's been in your hand.
and the nozzle's broken, so it's like the.
I'm having too much fun with the bit for the rapid fire questions. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
How? Oh no.
When?
Because if
Because
you,
how's like, I don't want to go near a car.
exactly, if you know how,
Each car could be my last.
if it's like you choke on a bobby pin, then you're just gonna like, you're
Don't
gonna
put
like,
me near any bobby pins.
exactly, but then you're gonna like probably loop around to hardcore bobby pin town, and you're gonna die earlier.
Yeah.
At least when you're like, okay, I can
Nice
like,
upbeat questions for the potty. I love it.
I can like schedule this shit, that's cool. It'd be hilarious if it was like 1 hour from now, and you're like, okay, shit.
If you could be in the Sonic universe, Marvel universe, or Transformers universe, which would you pick?
Not Transformers.
I go Marvel.
If I get to be a Transformer, then maybe Transformers, but also you'll just fascism.
I think
Also, but if you're in the Transformers universe, you're still just you.
yeah, it's just you in that universe. You don't get
Oh.
anything.
If I was, I would definitely go into the Marvel universe and just throw myself into any vat of anything and see what happened.
Exactly. Like, what's the point of being in the Sonic universe if you're a gross, body odor producing, pore having human?
Look, I'm just a goober.
Exactly.
Chat is saying that they want the ability to piss out of their fingers so they can piss in people's drinks.
You can still do that.
Specifically,
It's more difficult, but you can always piss in someone's drink.
water, petrol, vanilla Coke, vodka, and piss.
Petrol.
If one of those
Petrol.
doesn't give away who put that in chat, then you're not paying close enough attention. Alrighty, final No, 2 more questions. Specifically a Kael and a Hayden question individually. Kael, can you show us your new tattoo?
Yeah.
Will you? No.
What's the Hayden one?
Show it off.
Hey, can you look at it?
I'm getting.
Why are you coming over here?
So I can show the tattoo. It's a bee. Content warning.
Your earring is up against the microphone.
Yep.
Terrible ASMR.
It's a bee. You wanted this. You voted for this. Oh, the Hayden is so small and I'm so large. Raw. I crushed the alien. Rah. Hayden.
Yes.
What is the question for Hayden?
Okay, go sit back down.
No, I like God mode.
Hayden, if you were to get a tattoo, what would you get?
Thunderbolts tattoo. Not Thunderbolts, but like a Power Rangers Thunderbolt right there. All the letters LSTK.
No.
Nah, just a
Not that one.
Just a Power Rangers Thunderbolt there. Or the death saving throws here.
Just in case.
Yeah. And fill one in.
What if you go to a hospital and like the nurse is like solemnly just kind of like, you're not making it, buddy.
Just pops a permanent marker.
Alright, any final questions from chat before these knuckleheads say their goodbyes?
Oh my god.
Boonk.
Bonk.
Yeah, we had fun this episode.
was
That's
good time.
crazy.
I brought some Reddit stories. That was a good time.
You printed them off. That was fucking epic. That was
I don't want to read
so
from my
good.
phone. My phone was dying. It was a whole big thing.
Yeah, aren't we all? Chat, anything to say? Any last fucking words?
Any
Wise guy?
grievances you've got
We're
to bring
talking
up?
about piss and when it would be morally correct to piss in someone's drink.
Always.
Alright, well, we're going to end it there because the chat's gone rogue.
I feel like politicians absolutely piss in their drink.
Do you remember the scene in the Justice League when someone's when Lex Luthor puts a jar
Jar
of
of piss.
grandma's peach tea,
Yeah.
and it's just an open jar of piss? Like, surely Superman went into that room and went, someone's pissed in here.
No, Superman's incontinent, so he just assumes.
He just always smells people's piss.
I feel like leaving a floater is worse.
What? Leaving a floater in someone's drink?
No, not in someone's drink. That's a crime. No one deserves that.
Don't put your poo in somebody's drink.
That's when you like do a big poop in someone's toilet and you don't flush it. And
You
like
just leave a strained
yeah,
mug.
and you leave the door open, close all the windows. You just leave a floater in their house and you just fucking bounce.
What?
By the way, Jules, so I've got bad news for you.
Clogged the toilet. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there because we've derobed. We've de-escalated into madness. We will see you here, same bad time, same bad channel, next week.
Yeah.
What is it, Jules?
Nothing.
Why is she
What?
giggling?
Nothing.
Why is she giggling? What is chat saying about PP?
Bridgekeepers are that, Hayden, I want you to know that you're my favourite DM.
That's not what you're laughing at.
No, it's
That's too
nothing.
wholesome.
They were talking about whether it's still considered assault if you piss on someone's pillow instead of in someone's drink.
Yes.
Imagine. No, you know what? We're gonna see you here next week, and yeah,
Put a pin in that discussion.
put a pin in that one. We will see you here next week. And if you're looking for a D&D group, I am as well. We'll see you next week. Miss you already.
Miss you already?